Hello and welcome to my presentation for my research paper for TIE 593. So I'm going to get started here. Part of my presentation is in a PowerPoint, the Google Images presentation, but also I'll be flipping between my paper as well as some other data that I would like to show. So let's get started here. Let me just check. Okay, things working okay. Alright, so my topic here was how to increase parental involvement of your child's online learning. Okay. Alright, so where I work is Queen Bee School District 16. It's over 100 years old. The school district has been around for a very long time. The school in which I work and in which I did the research is called Pheasant Ridge Elementary School. It's located in Glendale Heights. I've been in district since 2008. And they have two primary schools, an intermediate school, and a middle school. This research was performed at the primary school, which is ages or grades pre-K through third grade. Okay, so over the past couple of years, the growth of technology in the district has been actually very good. Something that has been lacking has been online involvement of parents with what their students are learning. There's a lot of new programs that teachers are using with students that's fun and exciting, that it's online and kids can log in at home, but they're finding that parents aren't quite as involved in that area, and so I'm looking to find out how to get a pulse on the school and to see what can be done about this. Okay, so as I said, for the past couple of years they've installed smart boards, new technology. They're not at the forefront of educational technology by any means, but they are making a lot of progress, and it is a focus. As I said, there's some programs, Raz Kids, Raz Kids, Mayan, they're both kind of interactive reading online programs that a lot of the school uses, and that they are able to log in at home, but parents have not been as involved. Okay. Yeah, so I went about it with some interviews, observations, and surveys with mainly the teachers and parents to get my information. Okay, so as I was researching about this topic, I did find that there were many sources that just said over and over how much parental involvement, with parental involvement, the student's performance tends to do much better than parents who aren't involved. And this isn't just online involvement, it's just involvement in general. Yeah, there's a couple more things. Some obstacles. Some obstacles are parents in low socioeconomic areas. Sometimes they don't own phones. The district where I am, there's a large Hispanic population, and some of the parents don't speak English, and so those are two big barriers, and so the communication can be a very big obstacle. Another piece of research that was done by Kathy Lewin and Rosemary Luckin. They were testing out different technology to see which was most efficient With getting parents interested, because that is a large part of it, is their motivation. And they actually did find that out of all the technology, the simpler technology such as websites and emails, those worked best. Kind of the easier they were to use, the more likely that parents were to use them. Okay. Okay, so how did I go about this? We already know the research question. Participants, as I said, it's a pre-K through third grade building. But what I did was I focused on, first grade, second, and third grade classrooms. As I said, let's see here. Yes, most of the data was collected through email, Google Forms, Google Docs, as well as face-to-face interaction. Okay, let's look at some of the data. Alright, first up was observations. Observations, so I sat in with the classrooms and just observed to see what sort of technology they were just using in the classroom, and kind of a launching board into everything. So what I found was first and second grade teachers were using smartboards. Third grade teachers as well. Beyond, some people just use the smartboard as a really expensive projector, but they were interacting with it, as well as having kids come up and interact with it as well. So that was good to see. Second grade classrooms, third grade classrooms too. They have a limited number of iPads. Every teacher has about 5 iPads, and so they put it with centers, which is a great use since it's a limited resource. And third graders this year, they started using Chromebooks that was dedicated just to third grade. It was from grant money, and they rotated the Chromebooks between the 3 third grade classrooms, which was great. They were all very working together and doing the same things with the Chromebooks, and so there was a lot of technology being used. Alright, so the interview questions that I had, just a couple questions here, and you know what, I'm going to switch to my paper here, if I can get it. Okay. Alright, let me get to the interviews here. Okay, first question. I interviewed first grade teacher, second grade teacher, and a third grade teacher. The question was, how do you communicate with parents of your students? A lot of it was conferences, flyers, email, phone calls. The only thing that was most progressive in the way of technology was this third grade teacher used an app called Class Messenger. Class Messenger is an app where you can use your smartphone and you can basically mass text multiple numbers. So if you had parents sign up, you could text all the parents who had signed up, but it does not give away your personal phone number or any information like that, so the parents can't be calling you. They can text you through the app, but they can't call you, which is nice for some teachers. A lot of teachers. Question 2, what technology are you using in the classroom? Again, they were using smartboard, document cameras to display textbooks or worksheets on the board. iPads. Let's see, the second grade teacher used a lot. They used their iPads to do storytelling, different apps like that. And she also had used a program called Fusion Writer, and that helped. One of her students was having problems with writing, and she couldn't read their handwriting, and so that helped with the motor skills with that. Third grade, mainly PCs, Chromebooks, digital voice recorder. They're doing podcasting and posting it on a website. Their podcast, part of their projects. That was very cool. The parents have an opportunity to view their students' content online. Basically, they don't. Let's see here. Later. Okay, so question number 4 kind of ties into question number 3. Question 4 was, what were some ways that parents could be more involved online with their students' learning? A lot of them said just that frequency of communication through email. One of the first grade teachers, actually a lot of teachers use this program called Class Dojo. On it they track behavior, so you can set rewards, set good behavior and bad behavior, and just kind of mark it throughout the day. Parents can sign up and view just their child's behavior and how it's been, and they can look at the whole year, the whole month, and see the progress of how their child has been doing. And then the third grade teacher was talking about using Myon and RazKids, again the literature programs, of how that kids can use it at home. And so a good way would be for parents to log in with their student at home and just see what that's all about and be involved that way. Okay. Interviews, we talked about it. Okay, so after talking to the teachers, I was really encouraged and impressed because they are using technology quite a bit in the classroom, and so I feel like getting parental involvement, moving in that direction, will not be a giant step for them. It'll be it'll be an easy process, I think, if we do use the right program or the right method of doing that. Ready for change. Here, let me show you some data here. I love data. The parent survey questions. Okay, let me just make sure you see that, and you do not see that. Hold on one sec. I'm having technical issues, but I will just fix it right now. Okay. There we go. Okay. So as I was saying, here's some data. Okay, there we go. Data. Okay, so I gave the parents surveys. Wasn't an overwhelming response, but here's the data that I got from responses. Most of them were second graders and first graders. No third graders, unfortunately. A lot of them said that their student at least has some technology skills, so that was good. I just, with the parent survey, I kind of wanted to see, first off, how they assess their student, how they assess themselves with technology, and what they wanted to see. Okay, so for this one, I help my student in using a computer for schoolwork or school projects. A larger part, either they did it sometimes or always, but there's still quite a bit of never helping them. So that's 40%. That's quite a big chunk there. Does the school keep you up to date with your progress? It was mixed. Equal parts yes, equal parts sometimes, and then no. Luckily that was 20%. Duration of your child's use on the computer. I was a little surprised by this. I would think what with video games and the internet, that most kids would be 2+ hours. So, but hey, maybe that's when they're older in middle school or 4th or 5th grade, and this is just a primary school. So that was good. I mean, personal experience with computers. Most of the parents have used computers in some capacity. many saying they were excellent and very good. So that's good, because before we step forward with any sort of online involvement, if a parent does not know how to use a computer and certain technology, that would be the first step, is helping them progress in that way. Most people used their computers for internet, and then it was split between games and work. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay. So, as I said, with the teachers, how they are completely, like I said, it would be a small step for them, technology-wise, skill-wise, to move towards involving parents with the online learning. Same with the parents. A lot of them showed that they were adept with the technology, they used it on a daily basis, and that they were pretty open to having something available to them to where they could view what their kids are doing online and just move in that direction. Okay, so my recommendation, after gathering all this data from parents and the teachers, I do feel like they are both ready. They're both so close to working towards being connected more. I think they're completely ready for the change. And final steps is my recommendation. My recommendation for the next step for this process is that either assigning a team or something to look for programs that would help them with the next step. My suggestion is looking for an online gradebook. That way parents can be more informed of the progress that their students are doing, and so they can look and see, oh, Billy didn't do so well with his test the other day, and that was math. Okay, I need to talk to him about that, And that way, when there's like parent-teacher conferences, that sort of thing, the parents are already synced with the teacher with the grades. And so they can use that time, that precious face-to-face time, to talk about more pressing issues with the teacher, and they could help them. So, as I said, I think they're completely ready. It will help. It will just help with getting them involved with their children's online learning, and that way it will help the students do better with their education. Thank you so much for watching this. And if you read my research paper, for reading my research paper. It was really fun doing it, and thanks so much.